It's your boy Conservative34, and today I want to talk about the Dave Matthews Band not getting into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nomination process to be nominated for 2021's ballot, right? They were in 2020's Hall of Fame class nomination pool. They did not get picked or selected to be inducted for the 2020 class. And now we're in 2021 and they're not even on the ballot. Now, to me, here's my personal reaction. I really don't care, right? I'm making a video because it is news about DMB and I'm going to share my opinions. But the fact they're not on the ballot, it doesn't really impact how I feel about the band. It doesn't make me like, oh man, they should be on the ballot, blah, 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 blah. Not in my yard. I'm not mad about the fact they're not on the ballot. This is the reality. This is a private institution. It is a museum that tries to profit off people coming into it. And it also makes a little money here with the ad revenue, right? Because when they do these votes, they partner up with Google, they data mine and take your data. Take information from you and they look up what you're doing. You link a Google account to vote more times. They're making money off that. So I get the game they're doing, but it's a private institution. We can be as mad as we want. We can say it's not fair. What about this band and that band and the fan vote? But they've made the rules clear. The fan vote is one ballot. It's one ballot of hundreds of other ballots. So ultimately, the decision making comes down to the personalities in the music industry and the music industry legends who get to select who gets on this list. And ultimately, DMB didn't make it for 2021. They made it for 2020, but the one fan vote is one vote out of hundreds. So this doesn't faze me, right? I can't tell an organization that's private how to run their voting. And as much as I love this band and the legend of this band, to me, I always will have a special place in my heart. Again, you can't convince other people when, this is not something where you can campaign and, lobby for DMB. Unless you got some money you want to donate to the hall, you're not going to change their mind. Soundgarden was moved off and some others didn't make the cut for 2021. And the thing, though, that the last year kind of made me shake my head is the reaction and the bitterness of Dave Matthews Band fans. Yes, it's okay to be disappointed, but other DMB fans were knocking other legendary acts. I've seen a little bit of it, today, but it's a lot more scaled down. But last year, we really saw why people hate a certain percentage of Dave Matthews Band fans or have a negative perception. People were literally saying in a video that I had to remove for certain privacy issues, but the people were literally saying different things like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame can't sell out the ceremony. This is pre-COVID and all that stuff. They could not fill up an arena for the ceremony without DMB fans. Like, how silly is that? And DMB this and DMB that, not knowing the reality is this Hall of Fame has given struggles to legendary acts like Pink Floyd. The Rush had to wait a while. Other rock and metal bands that were the foundation of those genres, they had to wait a while. So, it's like, what do you expect at this point? They've laid out the rules. They're not doing anything illegal. They've told you the fan vote is one ballot. And even so, we're going to choose who's nominated. Just like the Grammys, they choose and people still get upset and want. Ultimately, what I'll say is this. If you're a Dave Matthews Band fan and you want to really just represent the band right, don't be bitter towards other bands today. And don't complain too much or dwell on the fact they didn't make it. The legend of this band, what it means to you, will always mean what it means to you when you stop looking for validation from museums, right? Stop looking for medals. If this band has helped you through a tough time in your life, them getting in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame doesn't mean a darn thing. The band has clearly said, yes, if they get picked, they'll be honored, but they're honored just to be mentioned in 2020 with amongst legends who they look up to. So the band they care more about the fans. That's why they're not touring right now, right? They really are hoping that our country can recover from COVID-19 because they worry about your life more than a freaking Hall of Fame ballot or a Hall of Fame medal or Golden Star. This band cares about the people that love it. That's why you see Stefan interacting with people. You see Dave doing these shows. You see Carter and Dave do a special. You see Buddy pop in and post things to the fans. This band cares about its fan base, and it is okay that they are not in this Rock and Roll Hall of Fame process. This is it's a selective group of people that choose who gets in and who gets out. And even so, the world does not revolve around the Dave Matthews Band. Jay-Z, who's nominated this year, he's much more of a musical icon than the Dave Matthews Band across cultural demographics and across generations, right? And it's up to the hall to determine this. It's not up to us. You can put all the album sales you want, and they sold out stadiums and da, and you can say this, and they have more number ones, and that doesn't matter. This is a private institution making their choices. So that's all I got to say. I could say much more, but ultimately I hope that the Dave Matthews Band fans will continue to try to keep it classy. You're going to always have a percentage of fans who are bitter and win. But guys, try to keep it classy. Enjoy what this band is doing in 2021 and stop looking for validation through the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nomination or selection process. The band can save your life, got you through a tough time, been a part of the biggest part of your wedding as your bride walked down the aisle or your first dance, and that's what matters. It doesn't matter if they make the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame or not. It's a museum, which people, I don't even know if you can even go to the museum because of COVID. So who cares? Live your life, enjoy what bands do for you, enjoy what artists do for you, and stop looking for golden stars for them to get. You are the golden star for the band because without you, they know they would not be where they are. And your cheering, your encouragement, your letters, your support online means much more than a gold star, a medal, a trophy. Breathe in, breathe out, life goes on. It's your boy ConserViz34. Peace.